So basically, Eleanor Rose, she was so devastated by the loss of her daughter, Denise Naslund, that she left Denise Naslund's room exactly as it was when Denise Naslund was still alive and spoke about her daughter as if she was still alive and treated her daughter as if she was still alive. Only Denise Naslund's skull was found when that's the only remains that were found, and the police lost them. There was a big lawsuit, and Eleanor Rose buried an empty casket. And I believe she wants me to continue doing what she did. She turned her whole house into a shrine to Denise Naslund and kept relics to Denise Naslund because she's all I've got going for me. I was a total sociopath. I was violent. I was in jail for stabbing a man twice in the chest with a butcher knife, okay? And it was a very serious charge. And I felt like Denise Naslund was with me, and she was loving me, and her love was transforming, and she was teaching me how to love and have compassion because I was unloved and I was unwanted and I was abused. And I found a 1974 penny, and that's dated the year that Denise Naslund was murdered, okay? She was murdered July 14th, 1974. And anyway, when the penny was confiscated, I went outside my cell and I found a magazine that was new. They flipped the book card and it said pennies on the cover in big yellow letters. I thought it was an interesting coincidence, and I asked my dad, what's the last name Naslund? Is it French or is it Swedish? When I made a phone call, he looked it up. Or I asked him, is it French? He said it's Swedish. Did you know you have Swedish on your mother's side? I didn't know I had Swedish on my mother's side. So through Denise Naslund, I found out we have similar ancestors. And the football team here in Minnesota is called the Vikings. Another interesting coincidence. And when I got discharged from jail, I was near the Swedish Institute, and I had electroconvulsive therapy at the Swedish hospital. And anyway, her mother's maiden name is Deeb. And the founder of Rome, I was praying to the Holy Roman Empire, is what I believe she introduced me to, an empire of souls called the Holy Roman Empire. And the founders of Rome were Romulus and Remus, where Rome got its name. And they nursed at the breast of a Capitoline wolf. And the highest kami in Shintoism is Amaterasu Omikami, who is displayed in art as a wolf. And somebody in a psychiatric hospital was looking at me and said, when she looks at me, she has images of a wolf. She thought that was my spirit animal before I knew all the significance of the wolf. And Mussolini happened to be very much in favor of the Capitoline Wolf and sent it to many countries. I find that interesting. And the two books about Mussolini that really strongly, heavily influenced me were released on Denise Naslund's final birthday, January 1st, 1974. Sorry, I'm in a hospice recovery center, but anyway, her final birthday, those books by Rachel Mussolini were released, and Rachel Mussolini has my birthday. Anyway, Denise Naslund is an incredible. She's like the Capitoline Wolf. She will love you. She will mother you. She will breastfeed you. She will nurture you, breastfeed your soul, spiritual milk that will nourish you. She will love you tenderly and teach you how to love. When you are unloved, when you are abused, it can turn you into a very vicious, violent, cruel, hateful person. I believe Denise Naslund to be a patron saint of people who struggle with serial killer tendencies. And one of my reasons for believing that this is more than delusion is I was praying to Denise Naslund for over a year before realizing I live in the Twin Cities where the first victim of her killer lived, Elizabeth Potter Perry, was murdered in 1969. And the first day of a Memorial Weekend, I find a Fighting Seabees jacket dated 1969. And she was murdered, Elizabeth Perry, Memorial Weekend, 1969. I went to Golden Valley Humane Society and I prayed before a plaque devoted to Elizabeth Perry where she and her father used to work. And I felt her presence very strongly, and someone sent me a text message about Saint Maria Goretti, who also got stabbed to death. Maria Goretti and Elizabeth Perry both got stabbed to death. And so what are the odds that someone sends me a text about Saint Maria Goretti? And Saint Maria Goretti, she prayed for her killer as she bled to death. And she converted her killer. She appeared to him while he was in jail, offering him a lily. It converted his heart, it changed his mind, and it changed his heart. And he became a very loving, compassionate person, and he sent many letters to the Pope to get Maria Goretti canonized, and he developed a personal relationship with Jesus, as well as a personal relationship with Saint Maria Goretti. So please accept, if you suffer from serial killer tendencies, or you feel like you're unloved, You feel feelings of rejection when you're around whoever, Could be in my case, yes, attractive young women. I felt issues of rejection and being hurt, and I jumped off a 3-story building, breaking multiple bones over a female who turned down my marriage proposal. And so Denise Naslund can heal all of that. And so can the Blessed Virgin Mary. And there's lots of women in heaven who will love you and who cherish you, whose forte, whose expertise is dealing with people who have vicious hearts, who are rejected, who feel unloved, who feel unwanted, who feel abandoned. Denise Naslund has brought me a very long way. She is basically all I have going for me. Denise Naslund is my world, and I shall meet her in heaven. God bless you.